Hey guys, what's going on? Of course, my name is StandoTV. I've got some huge announcements today and stuff to go over. First of all, let me just say there is no game report episode this week. There's just not going to be one. Not a full-fledged in the sense. I'm still going to upload videos, but there's not going to be like a traditional game report episode this week that we've been doing over the past 5 weeks. Sorry guys, those reviews take a long time to do for those episodes, and I've done 5 in a row, and so sorry, there's just not going to be one. The next one that we will do will be of course the topic of the week and a let's play, but we'll get into all that in a minute. First of all, I want to thank you guys so much, both on the YouTube channel and on Twitch, guys. We have reached over 200 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. If you're new here and you've just subscribed, thank you. If you've been here for a long time, thank you very much, guys. This is awesome, and we're going to talk about where my YouTube channel's been, how it got here, and what we plan to do in the future. I also want to thank the Twitch people out there, because the Twitch channel is up to almost 1,500 follows, and I feel just truly blessed. Here I am. I came on the internet, didn't really expect anything to come out of it, and we're starting slowly to build our traction here and actually get something going and something good. And I'm just amazed that anybody watches half the time. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. When we first started this YouTube channel back at the beginning, the end of 2013, the beginning of 2014, there were a few things that I didn't know how it would work out. Me and SB were working on a podcast, and we had the bright idea that, you know, we were getting 30 to 40 people a week listening to our podcast. Why not take it to YouTube? Because it's a video game podcast, and the best way to do video games is to show the video games, right? Now, when we first started out, there were huge things that we just did not know what we were doing. All right. We were podcast audio guys. We didn't know that our mics wouldn't work with the PC, because, you know, we were using traditional audio plug-in mics and things like that. We didn't know what kind of camera to use, so we were and still don't. I'm using a webcam now to film this, but back in the day, we had this really crappy webcam that we started off with, and then we started using our phones. And then when you're trying to use phones, and we finally started getting a capture device, because we didn't know what a capture device was. It wasn't in sync. Like a lot of those early videos, you will hear the audio twice and it's nowhere near sync, or sometimes what we're saying doesn't match up with the visuals, and it was hard to try to sync that because the phone camera was recording at one speed, 1 frame per second, while the video capture device was filming at another one. And learning how to do all that, it's just been an amazing thrill ride. It really has. And we didn't know about lighting and what it took to make our videos look good, and how important that was, and how editing was actually a thing, you know, where we had a lot of dead air that was just what it was. It was dead air, right? We were so finally sometime later I did learn how to edit, and that's one of the things too I want to discuss is this channel has I've always meant for it to work in tandem with someone else, right? Someone to bounce off of, someone to have a conversation with, and that would spark a conversation between all of you guys. Unfortunately, SB, he worked on the channel for 1.5 years, and he got a new job. He had a baby, and life seemed to have gotten in the way of us being able to match our schedules up and work together on a consistent basis, and that's unfortunate. And as he was leaving the tail end off, you know, we found we were starting to find our groove with talking about news topics and video game related topics, but without him, I felt like I couldn't do it any longer. So this became like a Twitch highlight dumping ground for a little bit, and then Hideo Kojima right? And the controversy happening over there with Konami, that and me wanting a new Prince of Persia game, and those news videos trickling out, and wow, here we are. I started doing news videos again. First they were voiceovers over gameplay footage, and then I thought, well, I'll just get back on the webcam again. And then I got back on the webcam again, and you got to see my apartment. It's just the way it is. And finally, here we are now. We're, green screen. And I know a lot of people complain about like green screen YouTube videos. They don't look very professional, whatever. Well, look, it's better than looking at my place. I don't have a traditional game room because my place isn't big enough to have a traditional game room like so many of these other people have. And it's because I have children in the other rooms, right? So it's just the way it is. And but I try the best with what I've got, guys, and so far it's been paying off. We've had huge growth within the past year. Matter of fact, one of the reasons that I think that my YouTube channel has stifled is because of that. We didn't know what we're doing, and we're finally getting into a groove where we know what we're doing week in, week out, how to film the episodes, how to get the footage for the episodes, and how to edit all of that together. Another thing that we were silishly doing is when we first started out, we were using Windows Movie Maker because it was free. And you know what? Windows Movie Maker is great for what it is. Sometimes I still use it if I want to do a quick edit, but the quality in our video has even gotten better when I finally purchased Sony Vegas and started working and learning the ins and outs of that program. I'm still not like a pro at it, but I'm learning, guys. So the production value has went up. The topics have went up. Another thing that I think has really hurt my channel is I don't read off a script. I'm a very off kind of script guy. I want to be straightforward with you guys and let you guys know what I think when I'm talking about these subjects, no matter what it is. Sometimes I will read the news article and then tell you what I think about the news article after I'm done reading it. But that's just the way that I've gotten used to doing things, guys. A lot of that is because I work alone now on the channel because I don't have an SB. I tried to get Tech Gladiator interested in doing it, and we were doing the Interstellar podcast, which was great for what it was and when we were able to do it. And then he was doing his own YouTube like content with the Skyrim creation kit and all of that stuff. But unfortunately, guess what? He had life changes. He got a new job, and his schedule's like very barren when being able to work together. So it just doesn't line up, and he doesn't have all that time because he's a family man too. There's no hard feelings there. It's just the way that it all has worked out, and so it has been for the most part a one-man show. And I appreciate you guys really sticking with it, especially those that have been here from the very beginning. I can't thank you guys enough. We're over 200 subscribers here on the YouTube channel, and then we're doing live let's plays over on Twitch, up to about 1,500. Matter of fact, when I started my Twitch channel, we took a long break from YouTube. I just wanted to focus on live streaming because I love live streaming so much. I love the instant gratification, the instant interaction with the viewers, with the audience, and it's been a ride. We've met some fantastic people over our streaming time, and we're continuing to meet new people, and hopefully, one day work with someone again. That would be awesome. I would love nothing more than that. But yeah, having a lot of fun. So let me get to these announcements. 200 subscribers. This is awesome, guys. Thank you so much. We're not going to do the news video, the news topics as part of the game report. I want the game report still to be a main focus of the channel, but what I'm going to do is continue putting the topic of the weeks, the Unchained videos, if you will. Continue putting them, maybe lengthening them a little bit, maybe talking about one or two topics, maybe. and still putting in some sort of review or a let's play in there as part of the episode as well. I just think that's the way I want to do it moving forward. And the reason is, guys, is because, well, if you sit on news for a week, like if it sits on the Patreon page for a week, then it becomes irrelevant the next week, and we're already talking about something else the next week. And I don't want the news topics to become irrelevant. And I've always said, I'm not a journalist, I'm a commentator, and I like commentating and talking and discussing. That's one of my favorite parts about this, is discussing what the industry is doing and studying it and seeing where it will go next, trying to predict that next move that the industry is going to take. And I hope you guys understand that I just don't feel like we can sit on those news topics for an entire week, because they're not going to have the same relevance a week later. So expect that segment to come out. Of course, we're still going to do it. We're going to do news when it happens, when I'm able to get to it. But we're not going to include it with the Game Report episode. The Game Report episode is going to be that solid once a week topic that really dives into one specific thing that week. And then, of course, a review or a let's play. And I've been doing retro reviews. I hope you guys have been enjoying those. So far, we've done Crystallis and we've done the X-Men Arcade. I want to continue doing that. And there's certain indie games that I want to cover too and give them some love. So it'll give us some time to do some more stand-up plays, which I haven't done in a while now. So that'll be very interesting. I hope you guys stick around for that. As far as the Skyrim Creation Kit tutorial, if you guys signed up and subscribed just for that, I don't know shit about the Skyrim Creation Kit tutorial, and I'm so busy working on these other videos that I really don't have time to sit down and learn it and get back into it. I know it's frustrating because this series kind of left on a cliffhanger. You were getting ready to learn something else the very next week. And I've talked to Tech Gladiator over Twitter. I've talked to him over PlayStation Network, and he wants to get back to it. It's just finding the time has been kind of hard right now, and I hope you guys understand that it's something that he wants to get back to, but right now he can't. And maybe someday I can get into like video game walkthroughs or something if I have more time, if we find the time eventually. That's something I would like to do, but I wouldn't get my hopes up, guys. As for the main series of this show, I love what we're doing. We're in a groove, and I want to keep the momentum going. We got video game news, which you guys have been responding very, very well to. Sometimes I cover a topic that pisses everybody off, and I get a lot of dislikes on that video. For example, way back when I did what I want from a Final Fantasy VII remake, not a lot of people agree with me there. Pissing off the fanboys, if you will. The Call of Duty stuff, whenever I talk negatively about Call of Duty, I get people thumbing down, but you know, it's just things that I want to see improved. You know, this is my vision of how I think it can improve, and it's just an opinion. It doesn't take away whether or not you love a certain thing or a certain franchise. I don't want to feel like you're belittled or anything because I don't like it. It's just, we can agree to disagree, and we can have a conversation, and we can be peaceful, and we can be friends and buds at the end of the day and talk about it. And that's the awesome, beautiful thing. And at this point, I probably seem like I'm rambling on, guys, but news videos have been great. These topic of the weeks have been great, and we've still got reviews and let's plays, and hopefully we can bring back a podcast if somebody has time to do it. That would be awesome. Or maybe work on something a little bit easier to edit. That's, you know, you can just film it real quick, put it up there, and just go with it. Another thing that I want to do, guys, is I want to bring live streaming back here to the YouTube. So if you're into live streaming, if you want to see what games I'm playing, my video game time is I stream on Twitch. And why not be able to stream on Twitch and to YouTube? I definitely want to get back into that. The reason that I quit is because I got tired of getting these emails: copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim. Because it's like dealing with Nintendo when you live stream, right? Because Nintendo's all the time copyright claiming my content when I talk about a Nintendo product. But I like to listen to music when I play certain games, and YouTube doesn't like that, so that's one of the reasons I quit doing it. But I'm gonna bring it back. I'll just delete the stream afterwards, so I don't have to worry about it, and we can still, do the streams the way I want to. However, the giveaways and things like that, that's still going to be Twitch's primary focus, because that's just the way the bot system works. Because I don't want to draw a name. I want the bot to draw a name at random, so that it's completely fair. So if you're interested in giveaways and stuff, I would still recommend that you follow and watch on Twitch. But if you're just there to have a good time, I've got a cool system where I can read the YouTube and the Twitch chat all at the same time. I use the restream.io service, so yeah, that works out pretty well. So live streams are coming back. Going to get back into these stand-up plays and try to do those with some of these retrospective reviews. And the reason that I wanted to do some of these retro reviews and these retrospectives of games that aren't new is not only to have something to upload to our channel, but it's fun to look back and see some of these games and how amazing they were back then. And there's just, nowadays we have these tentpole games and stuff, so there's, with the exception of February and March, there have been times where there have been long periods in between these big tentpole titles, or at least the tentpole titles that I'm interested in. I would love to play Persona 5 on stream and review that game. Obviously, that's probably something that I'm going to have to enjoy on my own. Will I review it? I don't know, because of Atlas's streaming policy on that. And obviously there's Nier Automata's and your Preys and your Red Dead Redemption 2s, and I would like to eventually get there and do all of it. But another thing that you guys probably don't know is I'm a budget gamer, so a lot of times these reviews aren't like the day of when the game comes out, because some of them are because I pre-ordered the game and I get it on day one or whatever, but some of them aren't. Some of them, I get the game like 2 or 3 weeks after the game's come out, and then I start playing it, or I may not start playing it right away because I'm still working on this other game, and so there's that whole mess. So that's the way my reviews work, and I don't think my reviews should be like a purchasing decision. I think a review of certain games should be sharing your thoughts, sharing, just talking about the game for the love of talking about the games. That's what it is to me. So but I also want to make sure that you guys are being able to put as much feedback and have that, that conversation, and keep it going as much as possible. I want to keep you guys involved with everything that I do. That's why we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on you can go to StandoTV.com, and that's great because we have a section over there for viewer topics that we will discuss here. So if you have a topic, go over to StandoTV.com and just click on viewer topics. You don't have to, it's not a sign up or anything. You can put an alias in there and just talk about things that you would want to talk about. Have me talk about things that you want to talk about that are important to you in the video gaming industry. Another thing that you guys can do if you want to is tweet at me all the time, man. I got my phone on me. Twitter's on my phone. It'll ring off if you guys want to tweet at StandoTV, and I will try to respond to as many of those as I can. Right now we're at the channel's still manageable, and I can pretty much respond to everybody, but there is going to be that one day where the channel might get too big and I won't be able to, but I will always try to do that as much as possible and interact with you guys, because I like to. That's why I try to respond to every single comment on the channel, because I like that your guys' involvement in it too. Plus, if you think that I should be doing something different, like Stando, that music's not really working there, or hey man, this video's a little, let me know. I need that feedback. I need it. as long as it's constructive and you're not being an asshole about it, that's something that we really need on the channel in order to improve it and make it better and all that stuff. Because I know I'm a very dry guy, right? Sometimes I'm funny and sometimes I'm just not. Maybe I can come across pretty boring at times, and I know all that stuff. Maybe you would like me to read from a script instead of just blurting out what I think all the time. That's not really who I am. It's not part of my nature to do something like that, but maybe we can find a middle ground there or something. I don't know. What do you guys think of the channel and how it's come along and how we're doing, and looking back at some of the videos that we've done in the past compared to videos that we do today? Just let me know all of that stuff. I want to know everything, guys. And remember that I love you guys very, very much, man, because where I live, what I do, there's not very many people that, like, I can't go to work and just talk about video games all day, you know what I mean? Because there might be 1 or 2 people there that out of a staff of 30 or 40 that actually like video games too. So, or nerdy, geeky stuff like talking about Batman or fucking the Marvel Cinematic Universe or whatever. There's just not a whole lot of people in my life personally, like here where I live, that likes talking about the same things, and that's why I find the internet a good outlet to do all that stuff. And hopefully we keep growing, and hopefully people, more and more people keep joining the conversation. I would love nothing more than that. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut this video short. I'm sorry that I rambled probably too long, but I appreciate you guys for hanging out, and I appreciate you guys for being a part of this 200 subscriber celebration on YouTube and being part of the 1,500 people celebration over there on Twitch. And like I said, guys, I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are awesome. You rock my socks off, man. And until next time, guys, remember that I love your face. All right, guys, rate, comment, and subscribe down below. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one.